Hey, what's up, man? This is me, Really Will, coming to you live from the state of Florida, and this is my quick opinion. All right, so jumping straight into it, no jokes, no music. This is the Kyle Rittenhouse case. He was charged for killing two people and injuring one during a protest in Wisconsin for Jacob Blake. All right, so after thoroughly going over the evidence, he was finally charged with reckless homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, recklessly endangering safety, use of a dangerous weapon, recklessly endangering safety again, use of a dangerous weapon, first degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, first degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18, and failure to comply with an emergency order from state or local government. All right, so first and foremost, a couple quick facts. First, you cannot be charged twice for the same charge. As you can see here, he was charged with recklessly endangering the safety with the use of a dangerous weapon twice. He was charged for that count two and count three. You can't be charged for the same charge twice. Okay, and later on, count 6 and 7, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18, and failure to comply with an emergency order from state or local government. Both of those charges were dismissed during the trial. Okay, so the charge of failure to comply with an emergency order from state or local government, that charge was dismissed, and understandably so, because for the whole time we seen this video, he was definitely pursuing local officers. That's how he explained it in his case, and he never was. There was never an altercation between him and local government. He gave up. They found him. Nobody had to chase nobody. It was just simple. All right, now the charge of possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under the age of 18. I don't understand how that charge got dropped. I mean, he was in possession of a firearm, which was not clearly stated. But I guess I'm just as confused as the judge, because the judge said that he was confused as to the charge on the indictment. I guess because, first of all, he had a rifle. He was never charged with a firearm. The firearm couldn't be deemed safe, dangerous, because he knew how to use the firearm. Um, uh, and it was only in self-defense that the firearm was used. But lastly, all I can see is that um, there is no clear definition as to what a dangerous weapon is. He know how to use the rifle and any other weapon. Charged, not clearly like that, can be. It's not dangerous until it's used like dangerous, I guess, so to speak. But the indictment was all kinds of sloppy, and you can thank the state's attorney for that. So but the judge can take some blame, because I mean it is clear that he was under the age of 18, which was him. And that's a crime. He under the age of 18 with a firearm. You're not supposed to be in possession of a weapon, of a firearm, under the age of 18, which he was, and the judge for some reason couldn't see that. I can tell you the case was falling apart from the beginning, because, like I said, the indictment was sloppy. So whether his charges were dismissed prior to trial or or during trial is a definite question, because if the possession of a dangerous weapon under the age of 18 was dropped prior to that, then that's 9 times out of 10 the primary charge. And if the primary charge is dropped, then usually all the rest of the charges follow with being removed. But in the indictment, if you read the evidence, then the rifle not being a part of the equation, then it's like he's not. I mean, you can't technically charge him anyway. I guess, like, convict him anyway. But yeah, they took away the primary charge, so it was like it was probably gonna get dropped anyway, especially on like some type of appeal or something. All right, so what he should have been charged with, or could have been charged with, without going into a rant about things like first degree murder, going with the counts that were already charged, he should have been charged with reckless homicide, use of a firearm, recklessly endangering safety, use of a firearm, uh, um, intentional homicide, use of a firearm, attempted first degree intentional homicide, use of a firearm, possession of a firearm by a person under the age of 18, and those should have been the charges on this indictment. These charges do carry the heaviest sentences. Most of them come with life sentences and stuff like that. But Illinois being around or under some of the strictest gun laws, you would have thought these were going to be charged against him. I mean, he is old enough to be charged as an adult. You would have thought these would have been the charges against him. I mean, especially being as though these charges also carry 10, 20 life, the rules about that, stuff like that. So it would have been a lot heavier of a case to look at versus a child running around seemingly with a BB gun and, people having died from it. And there you have it. That clears up my confusion, as well as the judge's confusion as to the charges on the indictment. Because, like I said, he wasn't charged with a firearm. How much? And the judge, as well as the jury, they it seems as if everybody took advantage of the fact that the prosecutor or the state failed to prosecute. I mean, like I said, the indictment wasn't even he wasn't even charged correctly. So everything falls on the state attorney. And I mean, let me have my way with it. I say that it just looked like they tried to charge him with the least that they could, make the case seem as sensitive in his favor as it could. It wasn't charged like a maniac running around with a gun or nothing like that. Anybody else could have been charged, yielding a firearm, discharging a firearm, throwing deadly missiles and things of that nature, But for some reason, I guess because he, like I said, I think he, connected with the local authorities and stuff like that. So they did their best to protect his image and his future image, even with the charges being on indictment. I mean, who would ever undercover the fact that it was anything more than a knife? Should it come up on somebody looking into his record, it's never going to say a firearm. And being as though people were shot and killed, then this kind of distorted the image that was being the actual image or the reality of what happened. But the funny thing about the whole situation is it's so open ended that they actually do leave room for him to be retried. The bad thing is that they'd have to find new evidence and stuff like that. I mean, there's definitely a slew of other charges that they can charge him with. It's just they have to present a different case in court, and even digging in it further, you definitely gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of other people. So the indictment will be a whole lot bigger, a whole lot more expensive, a whole lot more people, a whole lot more publicized. So this will eventually really, it's kind of easy to look over this case right now because the important thing is what we're looking at. This was a protest of a black person being shot. It's sad to say that 3 white people were shot. 1 person was armed, and for some reason he didn't see any threat. I mean, and I said this earlier, but that definitely shows the differences between good cops and bad cops. And I do see Kyle Rittenhouse as a potential dangerous cop. I mean, he'd be a little bit smarter though. But the guy that was shot in the arm, he seemed like a good cop because for some reason, even though there was shooting already happening, he did not choose to use his weapon in deadly force. But yeah, that brings me back into what I'm saying. Because for some reason, nobody else out there felt a reason to attack Kyle Rittenhouse. Nobody felt the reason. It's always told to go peacefully. Nobody bring weapons, and that's the bad thing. And nobody chose to look at this either. Kyle Rittenhouse knew that he potentially be the only person armed should any threat happen. He already knew that he would have a gun, but 90% chance of anybody he engaged with, they were not going to have a gun. But like I was saying, for some reason, these guys chose to attack Kyle Rittenhouse, who was only seemingly rendering aid. He didn't seem to attack nobody, and they chose to attack the man, and now they dead, and then it's proven as self-defense because they attacked him. Understand, people do dumb shit. It's not one-sided either. I'll be mad at the motherfuckers raiding shit and stealing shoes, and I can't really trip on burning shit down, but raiding shit, and that's fucked up to say, but I can't really trip on motherfuckers doing that shit. But stealing shoes and constantly going out there for this one and only reason is exactly that. And these guys obviously went out there with the idea of attack. This attack state of mind is the whole reason the police see protests as a burden, because they attack, but the only people usually getting attacked is the police, and the only people who fighting back is the police. Now they never be fighting amongst each other. And I say that to say this, man. Hey, y'all gotta learn how to protect y'all fucking selves, man. Y'all ain't going to the court doing this shit. Y'all ain't out in the streets doing this shit. This protest shit getting wild. Stop getting killed. You feel me? Like, why ain't y'all protecting yourself? If he able to come down there and keep y'all in a group and protect it like that, then why aren't you able to protect and defend yourself? Why y'all out there like fools, man? Nobody, you can carry just like they carry. You ain't learning from what you doing, and you definitely doing the same thing over and over again. You got to change something. You got to learn that system. You got to learn what you can. And it's a lot to learn. But anyway, the sleeve is open for new charges. It just brings in a whole slew of conspiracies, so it's probably not going to ever even be bothered with. Hey, yeah, but there you have it. Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty. I mean, how you love that? How you want it? This is what it is. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section, man. I appreciate your time, man. Listen to what I gotta say. Tell me your views, and tell me what you think. And I mean, maybe we can get in here talking about some future efforts or something like that. I mean, whatever's whatever. You see my timeline. You see the things that I do. Listen in, watch close, and join in whenever you feel necessary.